Hello, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of CookinTeach My Takes, the show where I take classic recipes and I put my own little pizzazz, my own little flair, my take on that recipe. Today, I am taking one of my own CookinTeach recipes and I'm going to go ahead and do my take on it. Today, we are making my take on a chicken egg roll. Here's what you're going to need. All right, to start, here's what you're going to need for our take on the chicken egg roll. You're going to need some egg roll wrappers, obviously, some green onion. I've got some frozen diced carrots and peas here. Obviously, we want our protein, the chicken, along with some sauces and some flavorings, okay? So that's what you're gonna need roughly. Now, that being said, okay, this is my take on it. So anything that you don't like in this recipe, suck it up, deal with it. That's what I say, you know? Or the other easy option, supplement and, take things out to whatever suits you, okay? Now, first things first. We've got our chicken here. I've got about 5 frozen chicken thighs, okay? Now, what to do? Wait. We'll need an Instant Pot, okay? Now, this Instant Pot is great, not only for meal prepping, but also, well, for making frozen things not frozen. So into our Instant Pot that will go, okay? Next up, we are going to need some sort of sauce to cook this in, okay? Now, if it's up to me, I'm going a little bit spicy here. So, into this, I'm going to put about a tablespoon's worth of gochujang, okay? Into that, it will go, okay? Then I'm using Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce. Okay, I'm going with the Hella Hot. Okay, we're gonna go about a tablespoon's worth of that. Okay, and that is it. I'm keeping it simple. I want this chicken thigh to come out juicy, shreddable, but with a little heat on it. Okay, we want this thing to be spicy. Now, just to finish it off, we'll go a little bit of salt. Okay, nothing too much there. We're going to seal this bad boy up, okay? In it, making sure that we have it on the sealing method. Then you're going to want to pressure cook. I've got this set for an hour. You probably don't need it to be an hour. I would say anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes. We're going to go 30 minutes here, okay? Now, while this is cooking, okay, I'm going to go to the stove top and use a wok to prepare the rest of our ingredients. We're going to use some day-old white rice. We're going to use our frozen green peas and carrots along with some green onion to really flavor this thing up. I essentially am looking for a chicken fried rice in egg roll form with some nice heat and some other delicious seasonings and flavors. So I will meet you at the stovetop. All right, guys, we're at the stovetop. We've got all of our ingredients and everything off here to the side. I've got a wok here that I'm heating to medium-high heat. Okay, I've already had this bad boy preheating, so it is pretty toasty and ready to go. First thing we're going to go in with is about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Okay, nice neutral oil there. Then we're going to go in with our garlic. Okay, now it's important that we stir this around so that it doesn't burn. Okay, once that becomes a little fragrant, we're going to go in with our frozen veggies. Now, The reason why I'm going in with these frozen veggies now is because I want to get these to have a nice little color on them. Okay, I want to kind of toast these up a bit and not just heat them in the microwave and toss it in with the rest of our ingredients. So I'm going to let these go. I'm going to crank this heat up to high. Okay, we're going to kind of cook these for a bit. Give them a nice color. Okay, once these start to develop a nice color on them, okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in our rice. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just kind of leave those off to the side for right now. Let those cook. Now, through the cooking process, we're going to go ahead in with a little bit of salt right now. Okay, and then a little bit of black pepper. Okay, perfect. Now, as these start to cook, I can already feel that they're starting to get a little bit more soft. They're not as frozen. That's perfect. We're going to go in with some wet ingredients once we incorporate our rice, and then we're going to go in with some dry ingredients as well. That'll really kind of bring this all together. Now, I'm just cooking the vegetables and the rice mixture. When our chicken comes out, we're going to shred that in a bowl, toss this mixture in with that, and we'll essentially have chicken fried rice that then we are going to wrap in our egg roll wrappers. That garlic is nice and fragrant. This is smelling beautiful and looking beautiful. All right, now this is going to continue to cook. So I'm not too fearful. The garlic still has got a nice gold color to it. We don't have any burnt garlic, which we definitely don't want. That's all we're going to end up tasting in our dish if that is the case. All right. These are looking pretty good. Give this a couple tosses there. And then we're going to go ahead and go in with our white rice. Now, like I said, this is day-old rice. You don't want to use fresh rice that you just made, because all that moisture will still be in it. And the problem with that is that if you cook with rice that you just cooked, the problem is that it'll just become kind of a mushy mess. With our day-old rice, you can see like the individual grains. That's what we want. Okay. Now, this essentially is almost like stir frying our vegetables and our rice. So making sure we get everything nice and evenly coated. Okay. Now, kind of break up the rice as we go. This is looking great. Okay, next up, we're going in for a little sweetness, okay? This nice mirin sweet cooking sauce. So we're going with, I'd say about a tablespoon's worth, okay? We're also going to put not quite a full tablespoon. I would say maybe 2 teaspoons worth of rice wine vinegar. Okay. Mix that in. Now again, much like the garlic, we want to make sure that we are stirring continuously, because we don't want really any of the rice to start to burn. As you can kind of see, it's starting to stick to the sides. So give it a good toss. Shake everything around. All right. This is looking good. Now, we're going to go in with some dry ingredients, okay? Some dry ingredients here. We're going to go with about a teaspoon's worth of turmeric, teaspoon's worth of onion powder, and a teaspoon's worth of garlic powder. Yes, I know there's already garlic in it. Then I'm going to go back in here with a few cracks of black pepper, and just a few cracks of salt. Okay, give this one final mix to combine. Look at that beautiful color. Oh yeah, this is what we're looking for, people. This is what we want. All right, now at this point, everything is cooked. So at this point, we can kill the heat and transfer this to our bowl that eventually our chicken will go into. So I will see you back at the counter while we wait for our chicken to cook and start to prep some of the other things that are going to go into this chicken fried rice egg roll. All right, we are back. Our Instant Pot is still going with the chicken thighs, so we're going to leave that off to the side for right now. Now, this rice, you could essentially serve this as is, right? If you wanted to grill the chicken and serve this on the side, it is ready to go. And I'll tell you what, it not only looks delicious, smells delicious, but it is delicious. That turmeric in there, perfect. Right amount of salt. Perfect. Love it, right? But we're not done. We're going to toss that in with our chicken. But before we do that, I want to make a sauce, okay? I want something to be put with the chicken, since we didn't really give it a ton of different stuff. I know there's some gochujang in there and some bachan, but I want something a little bit more acidic, a little bit more with some tang. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine equal parts. I've got some honey lime sriracha here from Two Brothers. We're going to go, let's say about a tablespoon's worth there. Okay. We're going to go about a tablespoon's worth of low sodium soy sauce. Okay. And then we're going to go in with some ponzu citrus seasoning dressing. Okay. About a tablespoon's worth there. Now take a fork. We're going to whisk this together. Make sure all ingredients are well incorporated. And hopefully this sauce will have a little bit of that acidity from the ponzu and that lime sriracha. That'll be just what we need. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, 1,000 times. Yes. Take one little spoon just to make sure. Yeah, that's the acidity we're looking for. That is going to pair perfectly. Oh, I almost want to pour this over the rice, but we're going to wait. Everything's going to come together. Okay. Now, eventually that sauce, some of the rice, the chicken are all going to go into a big mixing bowl. We are going to shred and mix this thing up, roll it into our egg roll wrappers. So I will see you back here when our chicken is out of the Instant Pot. Okay, our chicken is done. It's out of the Instant Pot. I've already taken the liberty to kind of shred it. So as you can see, kind of larger shredded pieces here. I tried to be as fine with it as possible, but I didn't want it to be too fine because I didn't want it to get lost in with our rice mixture. I wanted there to be a nice balance of meatiness as well as the rest of our filling. So into our bowl then, we're going to take some of our rice, our corn, and our peas. We're going to go ahead and we're going to reckless abandon here. We're just going to throw caution to the wind on this windy day and put that whole bad boy in there. All right, now give this a good toss. Again, the great thing about this recipe too is that, like, I mean, you could just eat this as is, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with some shredded chicken and essentially like a rice pilaf almost, right? With a little Asian flair. I mean, you could have this be a chicken bowl, right? Serve it over a nice bed of lettuce. You're good to go. Okay, we're going to add our sauce we made earlier. Into there it will go. Perfect. Give that another nice mix here. Oh yeah, this is looking perfect. Now I want to make sure that I'm breaking up any of the rice that still kind of is, kind of clumps together. We want to make sure that we get a little bit of everything with our bite here. Okay, this is looking good. One last thing before we go. We are going to take some green onion here, right? And we are just going to finely chop some of this into. Perfect. All right, that looks to be about a good amount. Put that into our rice and chicken mixture there. Perfect. Okay, now we are ready to assemble. Just give this one final toss. Make sure we get everything in there. Okay. Now, like I said, you could probably just serve this as is, right? I mean, but like, take a look at that. Take a look at that, right? That looks great. That looks great. Okay. We've got a plate here for when we are ready to go with our egg rolls. We've got our egg roll wrappers, and we've got a small ramekin here with water that's going to be used to wet our fingers to seal the corners of our egg roll wrapper. So take an egg roll wrapper, right? Throw it so it makes a diamond, okay? Then taking some of our delicious filling, okay? Gonna kind of put that down in the center, making sure we get a little bit of everything. We want that rice, some of the veggies, the green onion, the chicken, of course, right? Wet your two fingers, and from the top of our triangle, go down the sides, wet again, go up the sides. Now, almost like you're rolling a burrito, you're gonna fold the back end, tuck it, fold the corner, and seal that envelope so that you get a nice uniformed looking egg roll, okay? And then just repeat the process. Lay an egg roll wrapper down, place your desired amount of filling, and dab, dab, fold, tuck, seal, seal, and roll. Okay? Perfect egg roll. Okay? Repeat this process until you have reached the desired amount of egg rolls that you are looking for. I'm going to make a couple here. You can always take whatever remainder filling you have. You don't have to use it all tonight. You could just use this, put it in a container, throw it in the fridge, eat it later. Okay, save some egg roll wrappers. Make egg rolls later in the weekend, right? You're having some guests over, you're saying, hey, Mr. C, the Cook and Teach, taught me this great egg roll recipe. Want to give it a shot, right? So I'm going to keep rolling with our egg roll wrappers, and then I will see you when they come out of the air fryer. Okay, they're going to go in the air fryer, 400 degrees for 20 minutes. About halfway through, we're going to flip them so they get golden brown and delicious on all sides. So I will see you for the final taste tests. Our egg rolls are out of the air fryer and they look GBD, golden brown and delicious. I mean, look at that. I know if you've been following me, I made a recipe a little while back about egg rolls, but I gotta tell you what, I'm excited for these. Okay, these look better than the ones I made just 5-6 weeks ago. All right, let's take one. Get a good cross section in here. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Come on. Come on. All right, now, optionally, we've got some green onions, some soy sauce. I've got that cilantro, lime, sriracha. We're just going to take one bite as is. Let's see how it tastes. I stand corrected. So much better than the ones I made prior. Oh, yeah. You have got to try this. Thank you so much for watching. What do you want to see me cook next? What's your favorite type of egg roll? What else do you think we could put in these egg rolls? Again, don't forget to smash all those buttons. Like, subscribe. I am Mr. C, the Cook and Teach. And this is Cook and Teach out.